What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, delarose.com. That's DELARROZ.com. Go over there, sign up for my newsletter, don't miss any videos, and get some free comics. So, people who follow me for a long time probably know that I'm a big fan of Fushigi Yuugi. It is my favorite manga / anime. I have the Viz Big volumes because those are a nice way to look at the art and all that. And that's a isekai story about a girl who gets trapped in a book in this weird fantasy land and kind of has to fight her way out and find these 7 celestial beings to help her summon the goddess of Suzaku and all of that. And great storyline. It was followed up, and it turned out in that storyline there were 4 different priestesses of 4 different gods. And in the main storyline, her best friend became one, and she became one. And there was talk of these other 2 from times past. The first one was Genbu, and that is a series that is complete. And then this is the next one, Byakko. And I'm probably butchering all these words, but I don't care. And so this was just started in 2017, and I just read this. Viz just picked this up for release in America and translated it. And there's 1 volume currently, just came out last week as of the making of this video. And I have to say, I don't want to open too much of it because it's got, some nudie stuff that YouTube doesn't like too much, but I'll try to hit a couple pages here. But the art's beautiful. Yuugi is a wonderful artist. I love the layouts. I love just like the look of the characters, just beautiful, beautiful stuff all the way around. This storyline starts in early 1930s Japan, and there's a big earthquake that is threatening to kill everybody, and the gal's father just warns her, go into the book, and she opens the book and falls into this fantasy world where she meets this tiger lady and a couple other vagabonds, and then promptly disappears back from that fantasy world into our real world. So a little deviance from the main Fushigi Yuugi storyline there. It's not just a copy of that, but it develops her 10 years later as she's been wondering about this world, whether it was real or not, and whether this book was actually real, where she fell into the world. And she's longing to get back. And this 1 volume ends, spoilery a little bit, with her finding the book again. Very, very much just like a beginning of a story. There's really not a whole storyline in here very much. Now, I know that the first 3 chapters of this were printed as like a one-shot at one point, and then she continued with the 4th chapter, which rounds out the volume here. Now, there is a 5th chapter, which I read online actually before making this review, and it continues the story very well. I'm very excited about this. The art is so good. The storyline just rips by. The main character is somebody you really want to root for and like all the way through. Both of her supporting casts in the main world, in like our real world in Japan, which then gets into the World War II elements of it there. And the cast in the fantasy world are very compelling and very interesting. There's a twist to it that is different than the other volumes, and you'll see that once you read this. So, excellent stuff. I read this in one sitting very quickly. The sad part about this is Yuugi has health problems, which I believe are mental health related, to where she just has obscene stress, and then that creates bad stomach problems and things like that to where she can't work. So this has been on hiatus as far as she's concerned since about 2018. And there's been a promise of a new chapter coming out soon, but I'm not sure if that's accurate information or not. So I don't know if or when we're actually going to see the end of this, or not even the end. I'm going to guess this is going to be like a 12 or 13 volume thing, but before it's actually over. But or even the next chapter. But this was super solid. I was so happy to read this. Fushigi Yuugi was something I cared about immensely as a kid. And honestly, Yuutase's art has gotten way better than those ones. And I think her characterizations are more interesting than the originals also. So this is just wonderful stuff. 10 out of 10. I just know there's not going to be another volume anytime soon. And that kind of bums me out. Oh well. Are you reading this? Are you a Fushigi Yuugi fan? Let me know. and be happy to chat about that a little bit in the comments. And hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.